In this Monster Hunter Wilds video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the skills of the game, or more specifically, skills that are good for Insect Glaive users. So if you're a fan of this weapon, it's one you've been playing throughout the game so far, and you want to know what are some good skills for this weapon to look for on your equipment, watch on for some useful information. The Insect Glaive is the only weapon among the 14 different weapons in Monster Hunter that offers aerial mobility, allowing you the highest chance to mount a monster and topple it the most often. And the Insect Glaive's mechanics centered around extracting essence and buffing yourself plays a crucial role when using the Insect Glaive. As such, the skills for Insect Glaive users will center around improving their aerial mobility and extending their buff durations in order to get the most out of this weapon. The best skills to have in your loadout when using the Insect Glaive are Power Prolonger, Focus, Adrenaline Rush, and Jump Master. Power Prolonger and Focus are equipment skills that can be found on weapons, and Adrenaline Rush and Jump Master are found on armor pieces. The Power Prolonger skill is one of the best skills to have when using the Insect Glaive, as it extends the duration that the weapon stays in the powered up state. This means two things. Before you get all three buffs from the red, white, and orange extracts, and maybe let's say you're missing one of them still, you still have plenty of time to retain the buffs that you've gotten from previously extracted essences while you try to extract the rest. And when you have the buff from having all three essences extracted, you'll stay in the powered up state longer before this runs out. This gives you plenty of time to look for perfect opportunities to unleash your Rising Spiral Slash. The Focus skill increases the gauge fill rate and the charge rates of weapons. For the Insect Glaive, this means it increases the refill rate of your Kinsect's stamina bar, allowing the Kinsect to extract essence and fight alongside you more frequently. Additionally, it reduces the time needed to charge your strong descending slash, which you'll be using quite frequently since it's the only way to use the Rising Spiral Slash, increasing the overall damage when using the Insect Glaive. Although none of the Insect Glaives from the different trees offer both the Focus and Power Prolonger skills, you can choose one of the two and use a decoration slot to equip the other, making it possible to use both at the same time. If you're lucky with your decoration drops, you can slot in high-level Focus and Enhancer jewels within the 3 decoration slots that the Ardian Glaive offers, allowing you to reach the max level of both skills. The Adrenaline Rush skill gives you a temporary increase in attack power whenever you perform a perfect evade just before a monster's attack hits. Even though the Insect Glaive does not have a perfect dodge mechanic like the dual blades or the bow, the skill can trigger often whenever you evade an attack. As you'll be highly mobile when using the Insect Glaive and evading frequently, the skill can trigger reliably and increase your damage while it's active. The Jump Master skill seems tailor-made for the Insect Glaive because it prevents knockback during jumps. This allows you to stay airborne even after being hit by some monster attacks while in the air. The Jump Master skill can be reliably obtained from using the Guardian Sacred Coil armor piece, and the Adrenaline Rush skill can be gained from using the Rathalos armor set. Although this is the case, these armor pieces are not mandatory to use with the Insect Glaive, as you can use the Talisman slot and Decoration slots to gain these skills with the corresponding charm and jewels. The Counterattack Charm and the Counterattack Jewel will give you the Adrenaline Rush skill, while the Leap Jewel will give you the Jump Master skill, allowing you to use the armor pieces you want when using the Insect Glaive. Next, we'll take a look at Tier 2, or the second best skills for the Insect Glaive. Airborne is a skill that increases the attack power of your jumping attacks, and because you'll be in the air about 50% of the time when using the Insect Glaive, this skill will boost your overall damage. The reason the skill is not in the best tier is that it is not available on any of the Insect Glaives you can forge, so you'd have to rely on obtaining a Flight Jewel in order to use it. Stamina Surge is a skill that increases your stamina regeneration up to 50% at max level. This skill is beneficial when using the Insect Glaive because you'll be spending a lot of stamina on vaults, mid-air evades, and air slashes. Stamina Surge helps by increasing your stamina regeneration between mid-air evades and slashes, allowing you to stay airborne for extended periods of time. Constitution is a skill that reduces stamina depletion when performing certain actions. For the Insect Glaive, this skill reduces the stamina cost for vaulting and performing mid-air evades, allowing you to perform more actions before needing to stop and refill your stamina bar. Although these skills help manage your stamina when using the Insect Glaive, they are not necessary for success on your hunts if you can manage your stamina without the extra benefits they provide. In such cases, you can opt for more offensive skills like the ones mentioned previously. Both the Evade Extender and Evade Window skills are also good to use on armor sets, as the Evade Extender increases the distance traveled during your mid-air evade, and the Evade Window increases the invulnerability period for your evades, giving monsters less chance to hit you. Similar to the stamina-related skills, the Evade skills will help you navigate the arena during your hunts, but they're not mandatory since the Insect Glaive already offers very high mobility. Another good skill to use with the Insect Glaive is the Flare skill, as it increases the rate at which you inflict wounds on a monster. Having more wounds to destroy means you'll have more chances to extract all the essence you need to enter the buff's state and perform the Rising Spiral Slash. The Flare skill is not in the best tier list simply because it is hard to get on armor pieces. The skill only comes with high rarity armor and high rank, and the decoration that provides this skill is a level 3 jewel. And the last tier of skills we're going to take a look at are optional skills for the Insect Glaive. These are not quite as good as the last 2 tiers, but they're still good on Insect Glaives, and you should definitely prioritize these before other skills out there that are not ones we've mentioned previously. The Part Breaker skill increases the damage you deal to monster parts such as the head, wings, legs, or tail, and it also increases the damage dealt when destroying wounds created on monsters. Because the Rising Spiral Slash attack deals huge damage across a wide area as you spin your glaive, you'll hit more than one part of the monster and destroy all the wounds in its range, and with Part Breaker, it'll increase the damage it deals when doing this. Another option that can provide value is the Charge Master skill, as it increases the elemental power and status effect buildup of your charged attack. The charged up Strong Descending Slash is one of the most common attacks Insect Glaive users perform because it's the only way to use the Rising Spiral Slash, and the Charge Master skill will increase the effectiveness of the Strong Descending Slash. If you're using an Insect Glaive with a status effect attack or just using the Kinsect's powder to inflict an ailment, the critical status skill can help you trigger it faster because it will increase the buildup for every critical hit. Last is the Master Mounter group skill. With the Insect Glaive being a highly mobile aerial weapon when activated, this skill will make it easier for you to mount monsters and create wounds with your attacks while you're mounted. This can help you create wounds across the head, back, and tail of monsters before you use your weapon finisher to destroy wounds and topple the monster. But to activate the skill requires you to wear armor pieces from specific armor sets, making this not in the best tier for the Insect Glaive. And that wraps up our video for best skills for the Insect Glaive. I hope you guys got something out of this one. You'll notice that we have prioritized not only effectiveness of skills, but also how available they are to you, since if you can't get them, then they don't do you much good. As always, if there are other skills I didn't mention here that belong on this list, please leave them in the comments below to help out other players.